Um, alright, hello everyone, testing. First of all, before we start everything, let's test it because literally Sin here can like prove that I literally just came and rushed everything in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, man. Honestly, tonight was one of the fastest nights that we've taken to set up. Thankfully, no technical issues. But let's hope we're not gonna suffer any stream delays or issues like that.
Yeah, so first of all, like there's a bit of a jump because I apologize, like I was trying rushing so bad that I end up missing the
Mm-hmm.
first introduction. I'll try and get back to it first. But yeah, we still have a lot to move set up the stream, but I'll figure that one out
Yeah.
midway.
Yeah, for
Anyways,
now, let's focus on the ban picks.
yep.
We have Seer ban from the Hunter, which is probably not. Well, no, it might still be a Goatman, but or a Hullabaloo. But we have Forward and Mechanic again. Strong picks, but risky for the Mechanic.
Yep, and Novice is gone. So first of all,
Mm.
let's like have a quick recap on what actually happened. Is this is the match between No Exit versus HLT. So No Exit and HLT here, they're both teams, if I remember correctly, they're both 2-1 up, which means that any win from this team that they're gonna be advanced, and the losing team would drop down to one final match. And while we're at it, we're seeing let's see, who are the bands here? The Psychologist and Magician being the last two picked to round up. And one thing to note is that with IVL starting today, and I think we can all establish one thing, is that the forward is actually like going to be very important in this meta, as this is a sort of a back to harassing meta.
Yeah, with the recent shift back towards harassing, we're probably going to see a lot more of them. But if we're looking at this lineup, this feels a little bit like this definitely feels like an anti-Goatman, but this also soft counters the opera singer with the Cypher Rush and all the Magician, the Psychologist, just a lot of the units being tanky.
Yeah, but the opera singer, let's see, is also going to be very prevalent against the mechanic. Like the opera can like slash through the mechanic very fast though, so that's one thing we should pay attention to. But Goatman will actually be a bit tough with this team comp because mechanic and Ford are both very good picks against the Goatman, and Hula Baloo is also not the best here because Hula Baloo did fall off a lot, so it's going to be a real interesting thing on what is Frost One going to be selecting.
Yup, we're gonna have to see. Frost One might. I think Frost One is the same hunter that we saw play. One of the first hunters we saw play Breaking Wheel on this map, weren't they?
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely they are. And oh yeah, I just realized I forgot to set the stream delay amongst all this, so I'll figure that one out later. And anyways,
I think the stream delay should be fine considering we're not on the main stream, so we're still gonna be a few seconds delayed,
yeah,
regardless.
but I think I probably should because we're actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're actually faster than them right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'll fix this next game. I'll fix this. Yeah, for everyone, I'll add the stream delay back the next game, but so for this game specifically, it'll be faster than them. Anyways, moving on, we're gonna have mechanics spawning at the graveyard, Psychologist, 4, and Magician all scattered out. For the Ghostman though, if the Goatman wants to chase the mechanic, it might be a bit of an issue in the graveyard, so maybe he'll spawn outside and just lock the Cypher. And yes,
Yeah.
I can
They'll
confirm we're
probably
faster
spawn
than
there,
them.
lock the cipher, and then depending on it honestly just depends on the Goatman who he's more comfortable chasing. He could chase either Magician or Psychologist here, but Magician is in a significantly worse spot.
Yeah, so I think maybe the Psychologist, just because the Magicians won't have a chance to like drop, like let the cages to drop. So that might be a bit of an issue there. So maybe the Psychologist would be the better chase in this scenario.
Yup.
So yeah, any thoughts then? Hold on, I need to talk to NTD about something.
Yeah, alright. So aside from the pressable chase here, we see that since forward is spawned in the middle, he can go and quickly support the rest of his teammates regardless of who gets chased. Mechanic will have to rotate out of graveyard, but since the Goatman will probably prefer to chase someone else over her, she can just she can have her bot camp graveyard essentially. And then while her main body goes out to find another cipher, by the time her main body finds a cipher, the graveyard cipher should be unlocked.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Sorry, can you carry on? I'm trying to figure out the stream delay.
Yeah, alright, that's fine. And then well, technically we're here yeah, alright. So once now that we're in the match, Goatman, yeah, you're right. Goatman does want to go after Psychologist first, but he will have to bear with her tankiness with the empathy. But she's running through pallets rather fast here, faster than she should be, honestly. Good cage placement by leaving her unable to use the pallet, and since that pallet's already used up, the Goatman's probably gonna use another cage, the same cage, just to make sure she gets another hit.
Yeah, like if you ask me, I feel like the Psychologist was too fixated on this palette area because we've actually seen the Goatman play around this palette trick a lot of times where after you pass through the cage you can no longer go backwards. That's a very common trick, and as a result the Psychologists are taking hits very early into the game, and there we have it. We're literally talking about 50 seconds in the game and the Psychologist is already down. So that is actually like a very fast down from the Psychologist. And I really feel like the Psychologist shouldn't have slammed the pallet that early, and also could have rotated to a better case, as now this is not a good position for the Survivor as the Ghostman is trying to go for more, and there we have it, half of the cipher gone in one go.
Yeah, Abnormal's first use is seen here, but now that means later on when Abnormal is going to be a little bit more crucial, it will do less damage on the Survivors. And since it's forward here and not anyone else, the rescue does have the possibility of going off cleanly.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the forward goes off with a chip hit, but since that also does not stun, but now that the forward is at half health, the Psychologist actually has a decent amount of distance. Let's see if she can kite out the cage properly with the Magician hanging around for some reason.
Yeah, but I feel like that's going to be very difficult considering that there's not much the Psychologist can really do. No pallets and really no anything, no fly, and there she have it, there goes it down. Like the purpose of forward selection of the forward in terms of countering the Psycho, or rather the Goatman, is the fact that to hang around and force the Goatman to expand cages on him. But in this case, we see that the forward end up going down in half a wall, forcing out any cages, which is not ideally what you want. So the forward play end up not being effective. A very nice use of the illusion of Magician sliding by trying to rescue it, but with the hit and the save there though, can the Psychologist kite this one out? Seems not likely though, and dodges another hit. Psychologist wants to stay alive. Magician destroyed the cage, but one more and she is down. So we're talking literally only like 4 ciphers still remain, and the Psychologist is already going to be dead on chair there, Sin.
Yeah, 4 ciphers remaining and the Psychologist already dead. There we go. We see a stun here actually. Nice. This is some good support from the forward, and despite that, the Psychologist goes down right next to the chair. Let's see if she can crawl. Without sticker, she's not gonna have enough time unless if the forward gets hit once more here. Stuck in the cage. Unfortunately, she is dead. So now we're gonna watch the forward probably get chased here unless he chooses to go after the Magician or the Mechanic. Yeah, he's gonna choose to change targets, and actually never mind, he's gonna go for the forward instead, actually. It seemed a lot like he wanted to go after the rest, but because of distance and cipher progress, he must have been concerned about how much progress is already done.
Yeah, but carrying the ciphers are beyond enough. We're still missing around 1 whole cipher in total, and both the forward and the Magician are injured right now, so if any one of them gets found, this could be a disaster. But we can see that they're trying to heal up, but Frost One approaching. Does Frost One realize where they are? if Frost1 managed to bust them decoding, this might change the game entirely. But oh, Tinnitus is gone. Figured out the direction yet, Frost1? Let's see, one cage. Enclosure cage doesn't seem likely at all.
And he does see the forward, but because it's outside of the cage, he's forced to use even more resentment, and luckily enough gets that hitter right before the cage time runs out. The magician is gonna be able to make it inside of the tram, but because of the cage, yeah, he's forced out of the tram.
Yeah, that does not work against the Goatman. So, yep, the magician is gonna get chaired now, and if we look at the cipher progress though, we're like the survivors are forced to start a new one, so we're still like one whole cipher behind, and there is the mechanic spot behind that is propping Tinnitus. So, yep, Frost1 not gonna waste any time on it. We're seeing the magician is coming here to rescue, but the magician here has no tide turner. So let's see if they're able to. The magician can do a rebound kite with the help of his trait. Oh,
taking one hit here, but and luckily enough does not get that, and has forced out Blink. Since we have 2 ciphers remaining and it's the mechanic that's on chair, 1 cipher with really high progress. If the forward can manage to save the magician here, no, unfortunately not. I think his only choice here is to go for the dungeon.
Yeah, I do sort of question why exactly did Frost1 chair, considering that the ciphers are beyond enough. By chairing now, he's actually giving a chance for like, the Ford to make go for a dungeon. But fortunately for Frost1, the Ford did not pull out a syringe. Instead, had an elbow pad just now, which is not going to help him to regen health as Frost1 now. Let's see, does he know which direction? No! Out of Tinnitus, and he thought the Ford was further in the graveyard, but little did he know, Ford is actually at double 11 there, so this is going to give the Ford some opportunity. Frost1 doesn't seem to like figure out the Tinnitus direction. Let's see, does he know now? One more enclosure, and there we have it. Ford got busted. He still has a football to use, but unfortunately not be able to utilize it, and there is going to be a 4-man elimination right in the first round there, Sin.
Honestly, for the first half, getting 4K'd in the first half is one of the worst things to happen ever, because now that puts so much pressure onto the second half teammates here. So we're gonna have to watch. We're gonna have to see Team No Exits Hunter get another 4K, and honestly, this is a very tall order, even if it's for NE, because Team.
Yeah, but before that, I remember. Yeah, hold on. But before that, people in the chat already said stream delay. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream right now, and I'll instantly restart the stream with a stream delay. So we'll continue once I set the stream delay. See you in a bit, everyone.